What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wing It Motorsports Garage. In this episode, we are going to talk about the new LS. So that's it right there. That's the 6.0. It's an LQ4 block. So what we did with it was basically just took it and I sent it straight to the builder. And I said, work your magic. That's pretty much the guidelines. I said, keep it under this amount of money and do what you can and make it fun. So that's what he did. He worked the heads out real hardcore, bigger valves, also a little bit of head work, all that kind of stuff. And then of course did a full fresh rebuild, new pistons. So it's high compression, it's like 11-to-1. Just a couple of different things like that. Upgraded oil pump, timing chain, rocker, cam, all that stuff. So it should be a pretty badass motor. He said it was going to push around like 500 to 550 crank. That translates probably to between 400 and 450 at the wheel in a S chassis. So looking forward to that. So anyways, I've been just kind of setting it up. I put my valve covers on last night. I got home late, obviously. I wasn't able to do too much to it. So, and then I put my oil pickup, and then kind of just started getting stuff out of the boxes and getting everything lined up. There you go. Getting this thing kind of all lined up so that I can start, assembly today. Just now put the car up in the air. I guess the only thing I gotta do to the chassis still is to put the offset rack bushings in so I can move that rack farther forward. As you can see, I just have the stock bushings in there. So moving the rack forward is going to give me a little bit more clearance with the starter. It should be just about perfect, I'm hoping. Then the master cylinder, I talked about that before. This is S2K Honda master cylinder, so it all bolts up exactly how it should. I changed the little bracket that goes from the push rod to the actual pedal where you slide the pin through. I changed that one to a Nissan one because the Honda one was a hair shorter, so that's all I did to mod it. So that being said, we're pretty much ready to go. Just going to start assembling. I want to get the oil pan put on next, and then with the LOJ kit, you can see this little guy right here, this little nub. So you have to clearance this for the starter. So I'll be cutting this off and then grinding it down and make it nice and smooth and flush. Give you guys another little view. See how it pokes out right there? Yeah, so that has to be smoothed out. Pretty easy to do. And then I can start putting on my engine mounts and all that stuff. I'm hoping to, maybe by the end of the night, I have the transmission clutch and everything bolted up to it, engine mounts, oil pan, all that stuff at least bolted to the car, or bolted to the engine. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to probably go crazy and get, finish out the rest of whatever needs to be bolted up, and then get the engine sitting in the car. If I get the engine sitting in the car tonight, that would be awesome, but being realistic, I'd have to probably be out here till like 11 o'clock. I don't know if I feel like it. It's a long day at work. So I do have all weekend. Once I get it all put together, sitting in the car, then it's just a matter of a few things. I have to order a couple new sensors, a crank, cam, oil, and I think it's the idle air temp sensor. I think I still have to get. So basically putting all new sensors on it. If anyone's doing a swap like this, if it's a running known good engine out of a truck that exactly what you got, then it's fine. Go ahead and use those old sensors. But for me, I didn't hear this engine run, so I didn't want to be fighting a no start problem with a bad crank sensor or something like that. So that being said, I was like, what, just screw it. I will buy all new sensors for it. That way it's good to go and I don't have to fool with it. So hopefully, if all goes well, I might be able to fire it by Sunday afternoon. So it gives me a good 2 full days working on it. That's kind of the plan. If everything goes right, I don't see why I couldn't at least turn it over. But with the wiring and stuff, I'm gonna have to do some alterations with that harness. So those things take time. So we'll see. But anyways, that's a little heads up for what I got planned for the weekend. I'll do at the end of the weekend, I'll show you guys what I did and got it all in the car and go from there. So see you guys later.